there, folks. Welcome to the channel. I'm glad you could be here. I am smack dab in the middle of making a garlic shrimp and broccoli sausage. This is going to be for Celebrate Sausage Season 5, and we have got some incredibly unique ingredients in this particular sausage. And it got me thinking, once again, about a salty sausage. There is absolutely nothing worse than spending the time to make a perfectly crafted sausage, only to bite into it, and it's just overly salty. We did make a video a little while back regarding the amount of salt you should put into your sausage. If you missed that video, I'll put a video suggestion right here, but if you saw it, you'll remember that there is an acceptable spectrum, a range, so to speak, because everyone's taste buds are different. The saltiness of a sausage is very subjective. There's no one right answer. In today's episode, I'm going to show you how to figure out the salt content based off of the sodium levels in certain ingredients, like these, for instance.
Let's say you wanted to add some soy sauce or liquid aminos to your sausage for a boost of flavor. Or you want some umami, so you grab the shrimp paste or the fish sauce. Be careful with the shrimp paste, though. That is an intense ingredient. Or even weirder, you have some tamarindo concentrate. I've never put this into a sausage, but as I'm holding it, I feel like I kind of want to. Anyway, how much salt does each one of these ingredients have? Well, let me show you. If you look on the back, under the nutritional facts, you're going to see all kinds of data. What we're looking for is the sodium content. So if we get a little bit closer, you'll see under sodium it says 115 milligrams, and that's a per serving quantity. Let's look at the shrimp paste. Same deal, let's flip to the back, and we'll find the sodium. There it is, 573 milligrams. Now that is per serving. And the serving size, which is also going to be on the label, is, in this particular case, 1 teaspoon.
All right, so that's the information on the shrimp paste. Remember, the only two things you need to know is sodium amount. In this case, it's 573 milligrams, and the serving size, 1 teaspoon. Let's head over to the whiteboard, and I'll show you how to convert that into actual salt.
Let me show you the equation, and thankfully it's super easy. Remember that salt is made up of sodium and chloride, and within that formula, sodium makes up 40%, and chloride makes up 60%. So in order to get the full salt content, we have to multiply the sodium that's on the back of the label by 2.54. So in this particular case, the sodium on the shrimp paste was 573, and when we multiply that by 2.54, we're going to get a total of 1,455. Now remember that the label reads sodium in milligrams, so the answer is also going to be in milligrams. And since we typically don't measure our sausage ingredients in milligrams, we need to convert this into something more usable, like grams, for instance. So the next part of the equation is we're going to take the answer, whatever that answer is, and divide it by 1,000. So in this case, the answer was 1,455, and remember, that is milligrams. We're going to divide it by 1,000, and our new answer is going to give us the amount of salt in grams, and it is 1.455. Or 1.4 or 1.45, however you want to do it, but now our answer is in grams, and remember that is per serving. And in this case, the serving size was 1 teaspoon. So for every teaspoon of shrimp paste that you add to your sausage recipe, you're going to be adding 1.45 grams of salt.
That's the amount of salt per teaspoon in our shrimp paste. Now, this is a pretty intense ingredient, and I probably wouldn't add a whole lot to it unless you want an ultra funky sausage, but it is an interesting ingredient to add to your more exotic sausages. Remember, it's sodium times 2.54 divided by 1,000, and you could do that with any ingredient across the board. Let's do one more. We've got here a low sodium soy sauce. Let's take a look at the values on the back.
All right, so we're looking for two things. The first is sodium, and it's right here, 494 milligrams. And the other thing we need to find is the serving size right here at the top. It says 1 tablespoon. And now that we have that, we can calculate the salt. So let's head over to the whiteboard. And remember, the very first number is the sodium that's listed on the back of the label. In this case, 494 milligrams. We're going to multiply that by 2.54. And the answer is going to be 1,254 milligrams of salt. We're going to convert that into grams by dividing the answer by 1,000. So 1,254 divided by 1,000, and we get 1.254 now grams of salt, and in this case, it's per tablespoon.
And there you go. For every tablespoon of this soy sauce that I add to the recipe, we're going to be adding 1.25 grams of salt.
All right, so just a quick recap. Take the sodium number on the back of the label, multiply it by 2.54, and then divide that by 1,000. Your answer will now be the salt or the sodium chloride equivalent in grams.
And so what I typically do when I'm using ingredients like soy sauce, I normally calculate the amount of salt in those ingredients first, and then I'll adjust the amount of actual salt that I add to the recipe so that my total doesn't exceed whatever salt level I'm comfortable with. In my case, it's 1.5% or 15 grams for every kilo of meat. And there you have it. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching this video. If you have any questions about this topic, how to convert sodium into salt, leave them in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video or got something out of it in any way, be sure to leave it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, especially if you're into charcuterie or the craft of making sausages, because Celebrate Sausage Season 5 is right around the corner. We're going to be doing sporadic updates just like this as we get a little bit closer. It's going to be an absolutely epic season, and I don't want you to miss a single episode. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.